Live with Red Baron, boy. Man, I actually took Sunday off. Just got the Northeast Saga Blue. Hadn't seen the sun. Man, I don't know how long it's been. I might have come out for an hour or so over the weekend, but really, I hadn't really seen the sun in a week. This has been an adventure. I'm moving a little slower up here in the Northeast. My shoulder's bothering me, mile ache. I had to reschedule my appointment to get my MRI done for my shoulder because I ain't home. That appointment was supposed to be today or tomorrow. I don't know what today is. I think it's Tuesday. Yesterday, I was going to try to finish Red Baron, and I had an 8:30 appointment to get a wheel alignment done on Little Red. Drove Little Red up there. I took my computer with me thinking I was going to mix my yesterday's video to post while I was there, finishing up on that wheel alignment. I figured the wheel alignment would be done by 10. They told me that I couldn't even wait for the car. They COVID'd me out of the building. So I walked over to Nordic, hung out with William. He's showing me how to do things on these newer rides, the a lot of S40 stuff he had going on. Called the folks at 10:30 like, hey, well, what's going on with the wheel alignment? They start whining about two of the tires being a little worn. They weren't bald. They had a little bit of wear on the outer edge of two of them. They don't want to do the alignment. So I priced around some tires, told them, go ahead. They said they had a good deal on two tires. Go ahead and put two tires on it. They had two good tires. Elizabeth's not good with getting them rotated. Anyway, long story short, they didn't get done with the wheel alignment and the tire replacement till 5:40. I was hostage up there in that part of town. I got a ride out of there around 2. Did some running around. Didn't even come and get to finish up on Red Baron. But hey, this is a new day. We're going to hit Red Baron hot and heavy here. Get this cam seals, valve stem seals done. These cars, that's just the nature of the beast. These high performance engines that Porsche helped them design, they get cam seals that wear out, 10, 15, 20 years. This engine is out of an '06 S60 T5. Supposed to be one of the best, strongest engines that Volvo made of these 5 cylinders. We transplanted it in the Red Baron, helped with vast tuning, got it coil over plug, fired it up. Every day it just started smoking more and more. Valve stem seals are shot. So instead of pulling the head like I prefer, we was trying to save some money and just do the valve stem seals. I don't know how many miles the engine has. Maybe 140, 160, something like that. But we did a compression test the other day. It's good. These engines don't normally burn valves. Average around 250. So we should be good. Changing the valve stem seals may extend that even longer. I've seen these white block engines with burnt valves at 61,000. My opinion is that the valve stem seals go bad, oil leaks down on the valves, starts developing crustation or carbon, as you will. That builds up and stops the valves from seating when they go closed. Over time, that gets worse until finally you're pulling a long hill, you burn a dang on valve. So, that's my opinion. Anyway, we need to get Red Baron tuned up and get these valve stem seals replaced so Andrew can start driving this car more. Andrew still's got too many cars. He's got his 240, two of 240s. He's got a XC90 his wife drives. He's got a 740 turbo. One of his 240s a turbo. He's got Red Baron. He's got an S60R. That S60R is hot, man. He's even think that thing is tuned when he bought it. He'd sell that thing. Somebody wanted to. It's an '05 blue car and with the dark interior. Anyway, He's digging on Red Baron, but we need to get this thing where he can drive it every day. So I'm gonna change the heater junction box today. Firewall junction, that thing came apart. The hoses blew when he was up in Michigan at that Gilmore show. We had to fix that, tie that off on the side of the road so he can get home, and got some uh, little, minor stuff to take care of so this car could be the beast that it was meant to be. And we're going to do the video to finish up showing people how to do the valve stem seals with the head still bolted on the engine. That's kind of a treat. I don't really recommend that on a 25-year-old car that hadn't had a head job done. But if it has, this might save some money, a few $100, may save some time. I don't know. We're going to see. I got a couple special tools to get this done. So I'm getting ready to dive into this. I'm going to show you the special tools I have for under $100. You can get these tools, get this job done, and under $100 for the tools, that is. And then, hey, get your car to quit smoking. There's a couple reasons why these cars smoke. Number one, valve stem seals. Number two, bad turbo. Actually, number one is probably the PCV system has been compromised. Then you got valve stem seals. Then you have turbo. Those are the top three reasons these cars smoke. I see stuff on the internet. Oh my God, people giving general automotive information that don't apply to Volvos. Volvos are a kind of a unique being. It's kind of like dealing with a Martian that hadn't had the unfortunate bad parenting that most of us has had. So they have unique problems. They don't have the same problems that other people have. These cars smoke like a train. People think the head gasket's bad. They do have bad head gaskets when people play coolant roulette, but that doesn't make them smoke, man. You could drive around with a bad head gasket 2-3 years and not ever have it smoke, So it's got to be real bad for it to smoke with a bad head gasket. So anyway, I'm getting ready to dig into this, show you guys how to finish this job up. Hopefully everything will go well. Somebody gave me a tip about why that fuel kept siphoning out of the gas tank. I had the car parked outside. It was 30 degrees. I brought the car inside where it's probably 50, 55 degrees. With the tank closed up, the air in the tank could have been expanding as the tank warmed up, pushing that out of that open gas line. So they recommended that I crack the gas cap, let that excessive pressure off, and then I should be good to go to disconnect this fuel line from this fuel rail again without it running all the gas out of the tank. So that's where I'm at. Appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Then after I get done with Red Baron, I got to do some stuff to Panther to get Panther straight, and then I'll be headed to Chicago. And man, I'm 2-3 weeks behind. People ask me, "Hey Rob, when you gonna be?" Man, don't make me lie to you. I don't know. So hopefully I'll get some stuff done with Red Baron early enough to take care of some other things. Somebody ordered some manual transmission parts for an 850 that I got to ship out. I got to ship out some stickers, some Robert DIY high mileage stickers to a couple people. I got these things here. I don't think your car has high mileage unless it has 200,000 miles. So, as you know, Panther's been to the moon, on its way back. Heck, it's probably back already. 238 and 238, what is that? Panther may be back from the moon. And then I got that 400,000. When I'll ship these all over the world, doesn't matter to me. But, if you go to my website, go to Instagram, go to Facebook, send me a message. "Hey, Robert, I want a couple stickers." Send me the address, I'll send them. Some people give donations, which is great. I appreciate that because those stickers, you can't order a sticker like that all weather without spending $100. So I probably spent $160 on some stickers. But I appreciate the donations. Excellent support through Patreon. That's still growing. Those folks really don't get nothing special. There's a few videos in Patreon that are special, but these are people that sign up, say, hey, Robert, I'm going to support you. And those donations through Patreon and that support through Patreon helps me to get things like the special tools I need to do this job on Red Baron. So when I get somewhere to help somebody, I got better tools so I can get that job done in a more efficient way. I went and bought 4 or 5 tools yesterday that I just couldn't find. Little knick-knack stuff. My infamous 10 millimeter disappearing, a couple adapters, one broke, one disappeared, another socket I need, so that stuff helps me. Yeah, YouTube, man, they're still down with this COVID thing, and it never has been a real big deal for me on YouTube. I'm not one of these guys that's got 1.5 million subscribers and post a video and get 80,000 views in a day. I got a niche. When you're in a niche, you get niche benefits, And hey, I haven't mentioned this, and I'm planning on posting this video or a video like this on my Patreon account, but unexpectedly, I've been running this YouTube channel. Some people say 10 years. It ain't been 10 years. It's been about 7 years, The very best benefit that I've gotten from running this channel has turned out to be the people that I've met, good friends that I've met through the channel, Dan, Andrew, Jose, Renee, people all over the country from coast to coast. Very, very good friends. Closer to me than my brother. These people, they call, they check on me. Rudy up there in Maine was one of the first ones that connected with me. And, we're all a little strange. I'm a little strange. These guys are stuck with me, checking on me, care about me. One of my newest buddies, Manny, my wife keeps getting him mixed up with the guy I grew up with named Manny. She's like, Manny, he's always ghosting us when we go to Pittsburgh. Not that Manny, baby. This is Manny from the Bronx, But anyway, that's been absolutely the best thing that I've gotten out of this channel by far. People that, connect with me and care about me and support me. So, hey, I can run the credits, I can mention everybody, but unfortunately, like Henry, Jew, unfortunately, nobody wants to watch that for 20 minutes, So anyway, let me go ahead and shut this live video down. This will be my video for today. Jump into Red Baron, hopefully have that video posted tomorrow. Now, you could use this video to do in-engine valve stem seals somewhat. Most commonly to do this job, it's not a common thing, but if you have the old engine that has the hydraulic lifters, the 850s mainly, a couple years S&V 70s, and some of the C70s, you can use this video to just take the cam cover off, pull the cams out of the way, and remove hydraulic lifters. But I can't stress enough, if your car has solid lifters, like this lifter here, you pull the lifter up, you turn it over, and it's got a pin in it instead of the hydraulic mechanism in there. Tap it. You have got to keep those things in order. The pin inside of there is a different height. They probably got 10 different heights, and that's how they do the valve job on these engines. And if you get those things mixed up, that car is not going to run. I get those calls weekly. Robert, I did the cylinder head, I thought I was smart enough to do it without any instructions. And now the car not running right, man. What's going on? I got one question, man. I had two questions. One, did you mix up those lifters? Two, did you use a cam locking tool? I usually don't hear back from them because they didn't do either. You know, they jumped in there, pulled the engine apart on a car. They had no idea. And then it ain't running right. Then they calling me. Like, man, whoever's instructions you use, call them, man. I didn't do it, you know. Anyway, I help if I can. And that does help. When you let people know what's wrong. But sometimes it's not the help they want because now they got to pull the cylinder head off, take it into a shop to somebody experienced enough to do a proper valve job. There are people taking these heads into places with these solid lifters that don't know how to do a valve job, and they get them back and they still messed up, you know. So yeah, just be careful and make sure the person you taking that cylinder head to knows how to do a valve job with solid lifters. You can say, hey, do you know how to do a valve job on an engine with solid lifters? And then watch their eyes. If their eyes go cross 3 or 4 times and then they look at you and say, yes, give me $400, you might want to back away, you know. Anyway, let me dig into this. I appreciate you guys checking out today, and especially those that watch daily and support me, you know, financially. I tell people every $5 counts. Yeah, I got about 600, 700 daily viewers, and that changes. Guys that was watching daily a year ago don't watch daily today. I get it. You get tired of hearing me say the same thing over and over again. However, coolant roulette is coolant roulette. And we all know a tow is cheaper than an engine. However, you know, there's messages that these people that start tuning in need to hear, you know, and a new message that I need to really ingrain in people is checking your oil and keeping that topped off is cheaper than buying a new car. People are falling into that every day, you know. These old cars with these leaky valve stem seals, the catalytic converter does a great job with catching all that oil smoke that these valve stem seals is putting at it. Sooner or later, that cat gets clogged up. Then the car loses performance, and people are wrestling with that. I'm hearing clogged cat stories every other day now. And so that is a reason that you want to do your valve stem seals. And then, you know, of course, people running the cars flat out of oil and then needing to buy another car. Because if you ain't servicing the oil in your car, you're not going to replace an engine when you blow that thing up. So that's what it is. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great day and be able to watch the rest of this video tomorrow.